are you feeling about the season ahead, Nicky?
Well, I think we've got a lot to look forward to. They were good last year. I think, the young horses were very good last year. I mean, we start with the two juveniles, Pentland Hills and Fusey Raffles, were the best two 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds in England and Ireland. The novice chasers were very good. The novice hurdlers were very good. So that's nice with that young stock coming through. But again, we're lucky at the top of the game. You've still got Bouvardere, who's fortunately fell in the champion hurdle, but then he won the Irish champion hurdle after that. There's some very good novice chasers in Santini and OK Corral and things like that. So I think it's a strong team.
Okay, and what is the plan for Pentland Hill?
I don't know yet. We have a problem in that you've already got Bouvardere in there, sort of he'll go down his normal route of starting in the fighting fifth. Then we have got to keep Pentland Hills and Fusey Raffles apart for the time being, as long as possible. I mean, if 3 of them finish up in the champion hurdle, great, but we want to try and keep them apart for the time being anyway.
And is Altior on good form, and what's your thoughts on his potential clash between him and Surname at Ascot in November?
Well, we haven't decided yet. There was a lot Paul Nicholls was telling us what Surname was going to do this week. We are going to have a sort of meeting literally this weekend and discuss. I mean, the answer is over 2 miles. They say it's easy, and everybody's saying, well, you're being a bit wet and wimpish, Henderson, come on, try him over another trip and make it more interesting. And I suspect we probably will. I think actually Nico and I actually think he wants 2.5 now. Not surprising, sometimes as they get older they want further. So I suspect we will start at Ascot with the hope that it'll take us into the King George, but we will see. If we have to come back to 2 miles, we have to. As we know, he's undefeated so far ever since he went jumping. He's 19 out of 19, but he's going to get beaten one day, so we might as well be brave and go and try something different.
You obviously mentioned Nico. He obviously has quite a lot of decisions that you make. He's currently a stable jockey. How do you feel about what he's achieved and the success he's brought to everyone at Seven Barrows?
Well, he's done really well, Nico, because it's nice. He's sort of Seven Barrows, not born, but bred. He came to me as an amateur with no experience whatsoever. He was well known as Sprinter Sacra's work rider all the time, and then he started, things got going and he started riding a few winners, and it was just really nice when Barry had got wounded and couldn't ride, that we were able to let Nico ride Sprinter, and they get on. That was a great partnership, and then he's gradually came in and was riding all the younger horses as well, and he's a top class jockey, and he's a sort of he's very dedicated to Seven Barrows. He probably spends too much time with us and not enough with other people, so he knows his horses backwards, and his input is enormous.
What are your thoughts on the introduction of a new mare's chase at Cheltenham?
I'm pro it. I mean, there's a lot of controversy at the moment. Half the controversy is probably regarding which race has to come out, and that's going to be a bone of contention, I'm sure. I personally like mares, and I think there is room for it. They've over hurdles they've produced. Don't forget, it was only 4 or 5 years ago there wasn't even a mare's hurdle race at Cheltenham. Then we had the older mares, and then the novice mares as well. And I think a mare's chase is probably a correct thing to have. It's great for the breeders, and it encourages people to race and to sell mares, and it encourages, and it gives them opportunities. So therefore, the mares have got more value, and I think that's right.
What was your highlight from last season?
I think you'd have to say that there were lots. I mean, Altior at the end of the day has to be when he broke that record at the end. He was great. There were some low points as well, but I think the 2 juveniles were exciting. I thought Champ was exceptionally good. I think we have some very nice novices. You'd have to say Altior was the highlight. But they were very good across the board.
What is the best horse you've ever had in your yard?
Well, a lot of people ask the question, and you'd have had to say after Sprinter Sacra that Sprinter was the best. We were very lucky in our early years with horses like See You Then. Really won 3 champion hurdles, and that's a hard thing to do. It was a pity Buvardere couldn't have done it last year, but he fell in the champion hurdle. That would have been his 3rd. I'd have to say Sprinter was his career was like 2 inningses with a gap in between, and to come back from what happened to him in between and to do what he did, and I don't think anybody will ever forget the day he regained his champion chase crown. And I'd say that was one of the great days. I think most people will probably go back and say it was something very special. I'd have to give that accolade to Sprinter at the moment. If Altior chooses to go and do something even more spectacular, then you never know.
What race would you love to win?
Well, the one we've never won is the Grand National. I mean, there are lots we haven't won. We haven't won any Grand National. English, Irish, Scottish or Welsh.
So any of the Grand National?
No. I wouldn't say any Grand National, but the Aintree Grand National I would like to win before this all comes to an end. We have been very lucky. I think it's 7 champion hurdles, 2 Cheltenham Gold Cups, and 3 King Georges, and most things most boxes are ticked, but there's one that is just blatantly empty. We've been second in it twice, and I'd like to win a national.
That's great. Thank you so much, Nicky, and best luck for the season.
Pleasure, thank you.